All right, hey, what's up guys? It's Roy here, and I have the Torras Marsclimber case here for the iPhone 13 Pro. Now I did purchase this on Amazon. It's around 23 bucks with Prime shipping. There is an instant 7% off coupon right now that you are able to apply as well. So if you do want to purchase this for your 13 Pro or any other iPhone 13 series phone, I will put my affiliate links down below. Do click those if you do want to buy them after watching this video. So let's go ahead and dive into the actual box itself. So the box is pretty cool, pretty basic, but it's got these cool little holographic color changing little swirls there. It says Torras there, case for smartphones, simple but unique. Kind of bleeds into the edges there. On the back, just kind of talks about Torras in general. And then right here, it does say the, Torras Marsclimber metal kickstand, which I'll go over all that here in just a minute. So as far as getting this bad boy out, it's pretty simple. You just kind of pop the bottom. That's kind of the easiest way I've found. And then literally you just pull the case out. Whoops. I'm great at this, right? So there is the little packaging that it comes in, has some branding there. And here is the case itself. Go and take a peek at it here. So it does exceed military standard drop protection, as this case is a pretty decent slim case, but at the same time, it does give you some really, really good protection. Now on the interior here, I don't know if the video is going to do it justice or not, but there are these like X's in the corner, and it's just helping with shock absorption. So if you do drop this phone in the case, it's supposed to help dissipate the energy away and prevent a break, hopefully. But let's go ahead and slap in my 13 Pro and let's see what it looks like. All right, and there we have it. So there is the Marsclimber installed on my Graphite 13 Pro here. So as you can see, it is a very like semi-matte translucent back here. It's a black bumper, as you can tell, but it does kind of bleed into this like smooth nano oleophobic material, as they call it, that is fingerprint resistant, smudge resistant. It's really nice. I've actually been using this case off and on for about a week, and I literally have not seen one fingerprint or smudge on it, which is actually really, really impressive. And the other thing that you notice is there is a kickstand. So it has some Torras branding there. I'll kind of go over the kickstand in here in a minute, but as you can see, it is there. It is a metal kickstand that is very nice and satisfying when you close it. So it does have a very nice claspy sound. Now, as far as the camera bump and everything goes, you do have some camera bump protection here. It does say that it's 1.5 millimeters as far as a bump goes. So you are going to get some lens protection, as you can see there. And it does have that kind of matte black bumper and border around the lenses. So it does give it a really cool appearance when you're looking at it. And then as far as, like I said, that back goes, you are able to see the Apple logo just a little bit. If you are like me and you like to put skins on your phone, then you should be able to kind of change up that color a little bit versus the graphite color. You could do blue or red or something like that. Now let's look at the sides here. So the sides are very soft and smooth to the touch. You do have these reinforced bumpers on the corners, as you can see there. So once again, it's all about that military standard drop protection that exceeds it actually, but just a nice smooth texture. You do have a raised power button here, so very nicely done. At the bottom, you do have some very nice cutouts here for your lightning port and speakers down at the bottom. So definitely easy and accessible. And then on the sides here, you do have some raised volume up and down buttons, as you can see here. And we also do have a nice generous cutout there for the alert slider. So ease of access is definitely pretty good, but we'll do the test here in just a minute. And then going to the top here, nothing up here, but you are able to see kind of how much that camera bump does stick out just a little bit. Now on the front of the screen, it does say that we are getting 1.2 millimeters as far as the lip goes for the screen protection. So you're definitely going to be getting some screen protection if you do like to lay your phone face down on some sort of surface or desk. So definitely no issues at all. There it is turned on, so you can kind of see the look of it in my hand. So it looks pretty decent. The actual speaker cutout here, it is just barely raised above the actual speaker grill. So that is kind of nice. And as you can see, I do have a full screen tempered glass on that is definitely compatible with this case as well. So big thumbs up there. So now let's do the shake and wobble test. So let's see how shaky it is. So let's start with the front. So the front, I feel like a tiny shake in the corner, but it is pretty dang flat, guys. So I'm gonna probably say very non-existent as far as the shake goes. And then for the back, we obviously are gonna assume it's gonna be a little shaky mess on that bumper corner, which obviously it is. And so that opposite corner of this big giant camera bump is gonna be a little wobbly, but that's to be expected because of how big it is on the 13 Pro. So next, let's go ahead and do the clicky button test. So let's do the power button, then the volume up and down, and we'll end with how easy it is to do the alert slider. So let's do the power button first. And volume up and down. All right, so buttons are pretty clicky. The volume buttons aren't as clicky as the power button, but that doesn't mean they're not clicky. It just means that they're not as clicky. So if you are someone that likes responsive buttons, this does pass the test pretty easily still. Now let's go ahead and see how easy it is to get to that alert slider. So super easy, guys. I'm barely using my fingernails. It works just fine. So very easy to access with this cutout here for the alert slider. All right, so next let's go ahead and flip this phone over and let's see how compatible it is with a MagSafe charger. So I happen to have it right here, voila. So let's go ahead and flip the phone over and let's see how compatible it is. Okay, so it does recognize that it is on the MagSafe charger, so obviously it is MagSafe compatible. The only downside to this case is that you have a lot going on between the magnets. So you have the bump here, you have the bump here where the kickstand is. So you have to place it just right to be able to get that sound and knowing that it is on the MagSafe charger. It does not stay on very strong. As you can see there, guys, I can literally just barely move the phone and it slides right off. So that is a bummer. So it is MagSafe compatible. It's just not going to be compatible with accessories. So that is something to think about if you're someone that has an ecosystem of different magnet like chargers that are wireless that you can actually kind of like stick on. So this will not like work in my car with my different MagSafe wireless chargers in my vehicle. So it just unfortunately does not work with those. But if you want to lay it down on a table, it works just fine. So the last thing we're going to talk about is this kickstand. So the kickstand actually does a pretty nice job, guys, as far as if you're someone that likes a kickstand. The other thing I like about the placement of the kickstand is it feels like it's purposely put here where like my ring finger almost holds it in place. So when I'm holding the phone, I almost have that portion there in between my ring finger and my middle finger. And it does feel like I have a little bit of a better grip for some reason. Maybe that's just in my head, but I think it might be purposefully put there, but who knows? Now, as far as the actual functionality of the kickstand, it does work very well. So if you are someone that likes to watch videos like in portrait or landscape mode, the actual kickstand does work quite nicely. So you can do it like this, or you can sit it up like this, where it is more of a portrait style. So as you can see here, that kickstand is sticking out, but it will sit up just nicely if you are someone that maybe just prefer to have it staring at you like this on your desk. Now, another thing that I've seen people do is with it being like this, is actually flipping it over like this, where the actual kickstand is at the bottom and then it rests like that. So it's totally up to you if you want the volume buttons up, or if you want the power button on top, or if you want it more in portrait mode. It will work regardless, but like I said, it's very strong. It's a metal kickstand. It is got some pretty good force here. As you can see, I'm barely, or not barely, I'm pushing pretty hard, but it finally will close. So it does have a pretty decent force against it, and then it will clasp shut and it will not open. It does have a very good satisfying click sound like I mentioned earlier, but it does work pretty dang nicely. So there you have it, guys. There's the Marsclimber. So if you like a smooth surfaced case that just feels really good in the hand, just feels like a baby's butt, but does not give you fingerprint issues or smudge issues, this, guys, is an actual pretty decent kickstand case. So hit that like button if you like the video. If you love it, please subscribe and ring that notification bell for up-to-date content. And if you do want to see more of my videos, I'm going to throw 2 video cards at the end of the video that you can click and check out for more entertainment. So thanks, guys. Be safe, and we'll see you on the next one.